Fields' throw here into the hands of Jones. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Fields on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Fields. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 25 yards that time.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping him on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They try again with Montgomery. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now Fields on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They snap it to Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one. But the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
On 2nd down, it's Walker, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Walker. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. The run on 3rd and long, so I guess waving the white flag a little bit.
Yeah, and I think sometimes teams are so committed to running the football that they'll take a chance, even in a long yardage situation, to let them know on the other side, this is what we're going to be about today. In this case, they didn't get a first down, but if you're thinking along with them, hey, they might be committed to running it all game long.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts it deep.
The throw for Claypool is intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And now the rookie's free. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is now 21-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. A fairly short kick from the 14.
Question on the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
On the move past the 40. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time.
Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. The Smith's throw caught here by Metcalf.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. To throw again on 2nd down. Smith. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone, so they could use something here on 3rd down. Geno now to throw. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Back to the air, Smith on second down.
And this one incomplete, threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let him go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. Ebner going to elect to bring this out of the end zone here. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
The 20.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
Yeah, and he's had a heck of a game so far, up over 100 yards receiving already. And it's not all been air yards as we saw right there. He's so good that when he gets space maneuver, he can often turn it into a big play after the catch.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Fields now on second down.
Dancing to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down.
Steps away to his left. And this is going to be intercepted.
Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And even with that broken tackle, can't get very far. Stops short of the 30. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try for the first with Walker.
Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
A 2-yard gain.
19, Tiger, 19, Dragon, 60.
They snap it to Smith. It's caught. Lockett.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. Oh, they'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Pass to 60, pass to 60.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Trap 60, trap 60. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Cup 19, Cup 19. Ready?
Now Smith. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready?
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 down at the 33.
79 Broncos.
Throwing now is Geno. And Walker has it.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
This drive's taking more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
Now to the ground. Here's Walker.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
19 tight. 18 rattle. 18 rattle. 19 Riot. Warriors 17.
Here's Smith.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
Smith now to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are right back in this football game.
A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
And it's intercepted in the end zone. That's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And going right back to Walker. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
Drop 50, drop 50.
On 4th down, Smith.
Quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Now Geno. And he slings one that's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he can be a big-time playmaker for us.
From the gun, it's Walker.
And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
And he pulled it. Oh, my goodness. It's no good. He missed it, and the lead will hold at 13. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard. And
Fields hit and the ball is loose.
But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Here's Fields.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. But such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case,
You've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Seahawks have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Geno's going to throw. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it'll be intercepted.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall through.
And he goes down, and it's in the end zone. Smith goes down in that end zone. That is a safety.
So the victory here for Seattle.
And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.